phobias are interesting, aren't they? Some of them kinda make sense, like heights. Some of them don't really make sense, like spiders. They can't hurt you. They're just little leggy boys. I don't have many phobias. I'm fine with heights, don't find clowns particularly creepy, and I find snakes and spiders pretty cute. Particularly pythons with their cute little puppy face. Aww. But I do have one phobia. One quite embarrassing phobia that's been ruining my life. Okay, it's actually more of a mild inconvenience, but I still wish I didn't have it. I have a fear of dead bugs. Not live ones, just dead ones. It is incredibly pathetic to be afraid of something that can't hurt you because it's dead. And this isn't even just a mild discomfort either. No, as soon as I see a dead spider in my room, my heart starts racing and I instinctively try to get as far away from it as possible. And it's just bugs too. Other animals, like seeing a pigeon that got hit by a car or something, is pretty sad and I don't like seeing it, but it doesn't initiate this flight response that I get from bugs. I guess it's the way their bodies curl up all crookedly, but in that case, I can understand why it will be something that you don't really want to look at, but I don't understand what causes such an extreme sense of discomfort in me. I believe it all started this one time when a butterfly had gotten into my room somehow. It was blue and really pretty, and I was like, aw. Then it started to head towards the window, and in the window, on the outside, was a big spider web. So the butterfly got caught in the spider web, and the more it tried to escape, the more it got stuck. I freaked the heck out. I actually surprised myself at how freaked out I was. The next day, the butterfly was still there, and I had to get it down if I didn't want to keep looking at it. Working up the courage to whack away the spiderweb was... jeez. It really affected me. Even just talking about it now makes my skin crawl. I'm pretty sure that's the event that maybe caused my phobia. I don't recall any time before that where I had this problem. And if I formed a connection with the butterfly, only for it to immediately, I guess that makes sense. But that wasn't the end of my traumatic experiences. A year or something later, I had the wasp problem. So when I was living with my mom a few years back, I had kind of a weird experience one summer that amplified my phobia to extreme levels. Now, I'm not inherently afraid of wasps. I learned that if I just chill, they'll go away. When they start getting all up in my face is when I'm a bit like, hey dude, please back up, cause I am afraid of them stinging. I've never been stung by a wasp, but I wonder if that makes me more scared of being stung than I should be, because maybe my brain is greatly exaggerating my prediction of how painful a wasp sting really is. So anyway, I'd be sitting at my computer and a wasp would just appear in my room. And I didn't know how. The windows were closed and I looked everywhere for some kind of hole, but I genuinely couldn't find any way that they were getting in. It was as though they were just teleported there. Like some wizard was just like, whose day should I ruin today? Ah, yeah, perfect. And it was as though they knew about my phobia because the wasps would fly around on my window for a bit and then die. And I'd have to get rid of them. And I did. Very reluctantly. But eventually I couldn't handle it, so I left them for a while. But then the amount of dead wasps on my windowsill piled up until there were like 20 of them. That was a bad idea. In fact, that was probably the worst thing that I could have done. Cause I'm pretty sure that wasps can smell the scent of their dead buddies and go and investigate, thus resulting in even more dead wasps on my windowsill. So at this point you're probably thinking, there's a nest somewhere, right? There has to be. I thought so too. So my mum called the exterminators and those guys searched everywhere. Nothing. This was very bad news for me. I thought this whole thing would finally be over, but instead, I was just left more confused. Luckily though, they did stop eventually. I think this went on for about 3 weeks until the wasps suddenly stopped coming in, and I never had that problem ever again. It was pretty bizarre and felt like some higher power was teasing me over my stupid phobia. Or trying to make me get over it by making me face my fear. Yeah, that didn't work. In fact, I'm almost positive that it made it way worse. So, I initially didn't want to make this video because I was scared that people who didn't like me would send me a bunch of pictures of dead insects. But I've since learned that pictures don't really bother me. It's only when they're right in front of me when I get, you know. It probably has something to do with having to get rid of it eventually. Once I saw a TV show about fears and this one woman on it had a fear of knees. And I was like, wow, how can anyone be afraid of something so ridiculous? It can't hurt you. It's a knee. Thanks, younger me, that's probably exactly why I have this now. It's karma. Also, I tried to find out if this phobia was like a legitimate thing. You know, so you guys wouldn't be able to make fun of me. But all I could find was like 2 or 3 random forum posts of people being like, yo, is anyone else irrationally afraid of dead insects? And the reply's just, no, you're an idiot. It's nice to know that there's at least more than just me with this weird phobia, but it's still incredibly embarrassing. So please tell me your strange phobias in the comments. Please. I need to feel validated at the expense of others. Thank you for watching. I have been Chipflake. There are 2 dead crane flies in my room. Please help me.